Hi there, this is Courtney, and I am here today to talk to you about my frugal fitness and health journey to be better after 50. So, I am 49 years old, and I have been on a health journey pretty much my entire life. I've been extremely health conscious. I've tried to eat healthy, exercise my whole life, and I do believe that that's why I have aged as well as I have. At least in my opinion, I have, and I think that really it's our own opinion that matters more than anybody else's, right? So I want to tell you what I do. I've got 6 things here that I do to stay healthy and well and to improve my health. And it has definitely been a journey. It has not been consistent at all. And so I would like to, there's been some consistency, but there's been other things I have changed over my life as I have needed to change. The first one is drinking a lot of fluids and staying hydrated. I drink a lot of water, but I also drink a lot of tea, and I stick to black tea and green tea. I also make lemonade with lemon juice, stevia, and water, and I drink that constantly. I like water. I don't love water, but I do know that I see a difference in my weight and my overall energy levels when I drink matcha tea. And so I just try to stay with drinking things that are healthy for me, and to keep it frugal, I make most of it my own. I buy matcha tea powder, turmeric powder. I make golden milk, matcha lattes, my homemade lemonade. Growing up, my mom and I didn't have a lot of money, and so she would often just take lemon juice, sugar, and water and make lemonade for me, and I really like it that way. So I just use stevia instead. The second thing I'm going to tell you is a really big thing, and it's a lot of things wrapped into one, and that is, and please don't turn the video off when I say this, because I want to preface it with some things. I do not eat gluten. I do not have sugar. I do not have carbonated beverages, and I do not eat meat or dairy. Now, let's go back. That sounds like I don't eat at all. About almost 9 years ago, I went on a cleanse, just eating a very clean, like an allergy cleanse. And that is when I realized that a lot of my health problems were related to gluten. So I got off of gluten. I have cheated and gotten on it a couple of times briefly and paid dearly for it. I definitely have a gluten sensitivity. Now, my rheumatologist has told me not to eat gluten or any hybridized grains, so I don't. And that these things have come about slowly over the last 10 years. I recently gave up all carbonated beverages because I got a rheumatoid arthritis diagnosis a couple years ago, and my rheumatologist put me on a pretty strict diet, and that means no carbonated beverages because they leach the minerals from your bones, and I cannot afford that. So that was my last holdout up until about 4 months ago. I was drinking a few Coke Zeros a week, and I really loved them. And I will be truthful with you, sometimes when I get stressed out, I still want one, but I do not have them anymore. I have lost about 4 pounds since giving those up, but I think it's also in relation to giving up all animal products. Sugar, I slowly, and these things have taken years. Like, I will usually commit 1 year to getting off of something or changing. So sugar, I switched from sugar to honey and raw sugar, and then, or table sugar, white sugar, to raw sugar, to honey, then to agave. And I did that for years, and I don't eat high fructose corn syrup ever. I try not to ever let that stuff pass my lips. And these things take time, and so I try to commit to one thing at a time, not everything at a time, and eventually it gets to be an easier habit. So now I'm only doing the stevia. I started with the erythritol, like Swerve, and then I added the stevia blend with just the erythritol and the stevia. They're both plant-based, and so that's what I use now. I probably use more of it than I would like to admit. I go through one of those little containers a week, but at least I'm not eating sugar. The next thing that we don't eat is we've given up meat. I was a vegetarian for years, but I had gotten to where I only would eat fish, chicken, and turkey, a little bit of red meat once in a while. But unfortunately, my husband just doesn't process fat well and has very high cholesterol, and he's a heart patient. And then when I got my diagnosis as a heart patient from congenital heart problems, meaning they discovered that I was either born with some heart problems or I caught a virus that caused these heart problems that I have now. So I've completely given up meat and minimal dairy. And when I say minimal, I would say I'm 98% plant-based. When I go out to eat, if something has cheese on it or maybe it's cooked in broth, I try not to eat those things. But if I get something and like I order beans and I don't realize that they've got ham in them, I just pick the ham out. I don't send it back. So those are the minor areas where I cheat. Number 3 is exercise. I consistently exercise. I have been exercising my whole entire life, even as a kid. But it's changed over the years. I'm about, about 18 pounds lighter than I was 2 years ago. And I was exercising. I was about 20 pounds heavier. I have lost 10 inches, but my clothes haven't changed that much in the bottoms. The top has, which has been great. Not what I expected. But my bra size has gone down, which I'm thrilled about because I was like in a G cup or a triple D, and I'm in a double D now to a triple D. And I know a lot of people wish to have that, but it's not a blessing in my opinion. So I was lifting a lot of weights and doing the treadmill, and I switched to doing home weights, and I was still pretty fit even though it was 20 pounds heavier. It was very fit. And recently I went to body weight, and the way I lost the weight was low carb, but now that I have switched to plant-based, I'm still losing weight. And what I would like to say about that is for me, I cannot dip my toe into something. It will not work. I have to go in 100%. So if I am on low carb, I just have to do low carb. There's no cheating for me. I might cheat once a month and have a piece of gluten-free pizza, but I would only have like 2 pieces. And that is very rare. Doing plant-based, I have committed to plant-based for a year, and I was very scared because going plant-based meant eating more carbs, but I still try not to like load up on pasta and carbs and potatoes. I eat a little bit of those things, but I keep it very minimal. And so I went from eating about 70 carbs a day to probably about 100 a day now, and I'm still losing weight. So that's a blessing. And it's not just about weight for me. I want to be firm and toned and just feel better when I hit 50, going into my 50s, than I have been in my 40s. The 4th thing is supplements. So I'm kind of starting to take this way of going away from supplementation. I do my B12 and I do a vitamin with iron in it because of being vegan. I do need that. I also use some other supplements as needed. So I do evening primrose oil for my skin, and that has been a blessing, and it helps with your hormones. I do a D3. There's a couple of other things. I'm trying to think what else I do. I have stopped doing fish oil, and I just supplement with flax now, and I do flax meal in the morning or a couple times a week. I try and find what I need for my health in my food, and I'm trying to get away from doing a lot of expensive supplementation. I do probiotics, so there is still some. But again, I try to get as much as I can from the food I eat. The next thing is sleep. For the month of March and for the Lenten period, I've made 2 adjustments to my life, and that is I'm trying very hard not to take my phone to bed with me. I used to read on my phone. I like the mindless activity of looking at Pinterest at night. It just didn't take much brain power. But I definitely felt like it was keeping me up, even though I had a blue light filter on my phone. So I have quit using my phone at night. I have a bunch of magazines that I've gathered up over the past year that I haven't really read because, quite frankly, I was using my phone. And my vision's not great, but I have some trifocals now. So I've been trying to go to bed with a magazine, and I try to sleep at least 7 to 8 hours every night. I try to have go to sleep by 11 and get up by 6 minimally, if not by 10:30 to 6:45. So I think that is extremely essential. And the sixth thing I do to be healthy and fit, and go into my 50s healthier and more fit, constantly getting fitter as I get older and healthier, is I try to have a positive attitude. And so I just try to constantly fill my life with things that are positive. I try to minimize my social media, the news that I watch. I try to be around positive people and minimize contact with negative people, even people that I love dearly that are negative. I just minimize my contact with them. I prepare myself mentally when I have to. There are some people who I love that are negative, and what I do is I prepare myself mentally before I call them. Okay, this is what I'm going to say, this is what I'm going to do. I know how to not engage with them. I practice all the different stress management techniques that I teach as a medical yoga therapist. So my life throughout my day is built around managing my attitude and my life. So if I start to notice things getting out of balance, I quickly will try to correct. And with age, that's gotten better. Like recently, I'm on a 12-day work streak. I hit the wall today. I'm exhausted, but I am trying to maintain a positive attitude. I do know if I work out today, I've been doing these 7-minute workouts with a 15-minute power walk every other day, and adding in some yoga. Today I'm getting ready to do my 7-minute workout, and I try to read positive things, watch positive things, be around positive people, have a positive attitude, and catch myself when I start getting into negative thinking. So that is my 6 tips for frugal fitness and health going into 50. And I'd love to hear what you do. Oh, on fitness, I would like to go back and add with exercise. I work out at home with YouTube. I don't have any special clothing. I go to one free yoga class a week. I do a barter because I'm a medical yoga therapist, and I've been in business a long time. So one of my main students, I refer all of my clientele to her in town. And in return for that, I go to her yoga classes for free. The other thing is I have a treadmill over here, and this is my workout room and office. I get on that almost every day. And the big rule I made for myself years ago, well, maybe it's been a year now, is I don't allow myself 2 days without working out. I call it the 2-day rule. And that has stuck. And I never go 2 days without working out, and usually it's only 1 day. And so that's a big thing. And I try to work out a minimum of 6 days a week, but I just, every day I try to do something. I usually allow Fridays as my day off, but I am doing this on a Friday, and I'm on a 7-day challenge right now. It's a 7-minute workout with a cool down. It's about 12 minutes actually. That I'm doing for 7 days to tone up and lose a dress size. Whether it happens or not, I don't know. Don't really care. It's just fun for me. And if I have to admit that I don't have 7 minutes or 12 minutes to work out, then I have to admit that life is pretty out of control and I have a problem. So I hope that you like these. I want to go into my year of 50 being healthier and better. I had a lot of health problems in my 40s, and actually up until my 40s due to stress, and I'm in a different place in life now. I'm not raising children anymore. It's just a peaceful place, and when you get into this part of life where your kids are grown, and life's just calm and peaceful, and every day I try to be grateful for that. I still am very involved with my kids, but it's not the same as it was when they were living with me. So thank you so much. If you like this content, please subscribe and like this channel. It helps get the word out there to share with other people, and it's completely free. Thank you. Bye-bye.